Hello, I'm Matty Wild, this is Baguettes and Asbos, and today we are back on the Focus ST170. Now the plan was, we were supposed to be working on the RX-8 today, but the weather had something to say about that. So hopefully you've already seen that video, so there's no spoilers. And what I'm going to do is go and pick up some fuel, because I got this car with no fuel in it. I've already swapped the battery over, I've got a new battery. So we can start getting this moved around, give it a bit of a proper run, get it up to temperature, see what issues we've got, and make a start. So let's get into it. Right, I've got 20 dabs of E10. Let's get back, get it in the Focus, start tidying up a bit of space, moving these cars around so we can crack on. Get the interior hoovered, cleaned out, and start putting some of this carpet in and seats back in and stuff like that. Bausch. It is absolutely Baltic out here, but let's get the car warmed up and we'll give it a little test drive. Right, so the test drive went pretty well. A few knocks and stuff like that to look at, but nothing to worry about. It is, what, 24 years old. Bit of grinding from the brakes, but the brakes have got a lot of surface rust on, to be expected. But apart from that, it's good, you know. It's comfortable, it's smooth, electric windows, electric mirrors, AC, oh, the lot. I'm happy with it. But what we need to do, get this out, get it in the garage, because this weather is disgusting. Get it hoovered and start getting some of this interior in, because this is taking up too much space in here. Right, it's a new day. I'm a little bit under the weather today, so you're going to have to forgive me. But we've got the car in the garage, so let's get at it. With the front hoovered, we're going to have to start on this boot. But before we can do that, we need to get it cleaned up and see if we can get this rust treatment sorted out. So nobody wants to see us do a load of sanding and priming and painting, so I'll just do a before and after. While we're on the subject of before and afters, here's a before and here's an after. Looks no different, but this has got a load of dog hair on it, so let's get these in the car with a bit of camera trickery and another before and after. Here we go. Right, well, that little bit of magic was definitely worth a subscribe, so click that button. Oh, and I am proper poorly, so that is definitely worth a like, and hit the bell notification. But next, I think we need to get the top of the bench seat in next, then the seat belts, then the bottom of the bench seat, and then we can build the boot up. Right, well, that's one in. It's a pretty nice place to be, I'm not going to lie. You don't want to see me get the other one in. Job done. Like I say, I do need to give these a bit of a better clean. Oh, I'm out of breath. I have give all the dust and dirt and all the grime off the back a good clean, but they just need a bit of a final touch. Nice. Okay, so it's a few weeks later. We've got the Focus out, we've got the Fiesta out, and we're going to start taking pictures of this stuff, cleaning it, getting them on Facebook. And then I'm going to do something that I said I wasn't going to do, and that is I'm going to steal some parts for the Focus and use them for the Fiesta. And that is because those rear carriers on the Focus ST170 fit on the Fiesta ST180, and then we can put the bigger brakes on the back. And as you've already seen, I've got those nice big drilled and grooved, I think the 260 or 280 mil rear discs that I'll put on. So we'll get into that. I've cleared out a little bit of space. We just need to move the car forward a little bit so I can get the jack under, and then we'll get these carriers fitted. With the carriers, they do need a refurb. They're actually in the vise over there, that's why I'm putting that way. But although we're not going to give these a refurb, I do need to fix that slide pin, because if you can see that rubber's gone. I'm sure I've got some spare ones of these, so let's get that swapped over. And I've had the Whizzy wheel on it, but I'm not going to go mad on him because I need to refurb all the brakes on this anyway. So let me take you in a little bit closer and we'll get these discs fitted. Right, to get these calipers off, we need to get these sliders out. So this is a slider caliper, which basically means this bit at the back's solid, and when you press the piston in here, it pulls just the caliper in one way. Whereas on some brakes, you have everything solid and you just have pistons that push the pads together. Sometimes if these sliders stick, you can get uneven wear or uneven sort of clamping force. But on a little car like this, it's not too bad. Tell you what I need to do. Take the handbrake off, that'll help. Right, I'm just going to get the brake line out of the way so you can move this caliper, just so that you guys can see a bit better. Not because it needs to come out of the way. There we go. So this is the bit that we're going to replace. Hopefully this caliper will still go on. The pads, it'll be the same pads, but we'll just have more surface area on the disc, just for heat and aesthetics really. There'll be no more clamping force because, like I say, it's the same pads and the same caliper. So right, it's like 13 mils on the back. And hopefully, in theory, I'm not sure, but these bits should be the bits that we need to swap. So this is the caliper carrier. And I'm hoping they look absolutely tiny compared to the other ones. Let's get them side by side with that other disc and see. Alright, let's just get them on finger tight so we can test them. There we go. Make sure we get the pads in the right way around. That wouldn't be good, would it? every time. There we go. You have to just make sure those pins are pushed in before you get it on. Nice. Right, just so you can see the size difference there. Couple of mil, but couple of mil counts. Nice, happy with them. But you can see there, look, the rear calipers on the Focus must be bigger. But it doesn't matter, these fit. Like I say, clamping force will be the same there, but we'll have more heat dispersion and aesthetics. It'll just look bigger and better underneath that alloy. You don't need to see me put the wheel back on, so let's take it from there. These would have probably cost me for these carriers and discs, we'll call it 150 quid. So that's 150 quid off the budget, because really, I've stole them and it should go back in the pot. I do need to turn this round though, because I prefer the groove to be the other way. Don't know why, don't know if that's right. Get in the comments, tell me, but I prefer that going opposite way through the pad. Okay, so it's a week later. I've had all those pictures on Facebook Marketplace. I don't know if I've told you this before, but I absolutely hate doing that. People messaging me saying, do you want to swap it for an Xbox controller and a Mars bar? Not really, please. I'd like some cash. But I priced everything to sell, and the tyres, I had 3 messages within an hour. Someone's come, collected them, took them away. The seat, the chap, he was messaging me, asking me about would he fit in it. I sent him a picture. He came over the same night. He's bought that. Chuffed. He was building a simulator. Lovely chap. And the harnesses, they've gone. So that's 250 quid in the bank, which means this car stands me at less than £1,000. But I still can't tell you what I paid for it, because Chris's missus might be watching. The one thing I do love just about cars in general is the amount of different people that you meet. When you go to the track, doesn't matter where you're from, how much money you've got, what car you're driving, everybody just loves standing around the cars and talking. The same when people are coming collecting these bits, they open the garage, they see my car, they start showing me their car, and you just chat away. I've done this, I've done that, I've worked on this is what I'm planning to do, I've done these tracks. I just love it. Everybody's just so nice. And like I say, these parts were priced to sell, and people just come straight away. Love it. Right, so the plan is now, we need to get an MOT on the Focus, get it up for sale, and finish this video. I'm taking shelter in the garage because it's another glum day in Manchester, but the Focus is done. I do need to get it booked in for an MOT, and I need to get it up for sale. So what I'll do is in the next Trading Up series, I'll let you know if it's passed and how much we got for it, because if it fails, it's going anyway. Someone might even want to break it. It'll be a shame, but, you know, for what it stands me at, someone will take it, I'm sure. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. If you made it this far, much appreciated. Don't forget, like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next